Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we delve into the dark heart of nature itself, the campgrounds. These are the places where we go to escape, to reconnect with the wild. But sometimes, the wild comes looking for us. We've collected 5 true stories from around the world. Stories whispered around dying embers. Stories that'll chill you to the bone. So gather close, make sure you've got something warm to drink, and hold on tight. You're about to enter a world of spine-tingling terror. A world where the line between myth and reality blurs in the darkness. Welcome to our channel. In the heart of Yosemite National Park, beneath the towering granite face of El Capitan, a young man named Tim and 2 friends decided to spend a weekend camping. They were drawn to the towering pines, the crisp mountain air, the promise of adventure. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, a different kind of adventure found them.
Later that night, huddled around a crackling campfire, we heard it. A distinct whisper, clear as day, seeming to come from the very air around us. The hair on the back of our necks stood on end. We spun around, searching for the source of the voice, but there was no one there.
Local legends whispered of ancient spirits that roamed the valley, their voices carried on the wind. Were these the whispers Tim and his friends heard that night? Or was it something far more sinister lurking in the shadows of Yosemite's majestic peaks? Our next story takes us to the rugged wilderness of Banff National Park in Canada. Imagine, if you will, a lone camper, nestled in their tent as the stars twinkled above. This was supposed to be a time for peace, for solitude. But for this camper, it was about to become a night they would never forget.
My heart pounded in my chest, every instinct screaming at me to stay silent, to stay hidden. Peeking through the mesh window of the tent, I saw it. A massive black bear, its eyes reflecting the pale moonlight, sniffing at the remnants of my dinner. Time seemed to stand still. Each breath I took felt deafening in the silence, each beat of my heart a drum against my ribs.
The bear, seemingly unbothered by the thin fabric separating it from the terrified camper, continued to rummage around the campsite. Then, as quickly as it arrived, the bear lumbered off into the darkness. The camper, still frozen in place, could only lie there, listening to the fading sound of its heavy footsteps, their hearts still racing from the close encounter. Our journey now takes us to the land down under, to the rugged beauty of Grampians National Park in Australia. It was here, amidst the ancient sandstone mountains and eucalyptus forests, that a group of friends encountered something truly unsettling. As darkness fell and the campfire crackled, we started sharing stories. Local legends, urban myths, and ghost stories. It began with a sound. Footsteps. Heavy, deliberate footsteps circling our campsite. The next day, they recounted their experience to a park ranger. He shared a chilling tale of a lost traveler whose ghost wanders the trails, searching for home. We never camped in Grampians National Park again. From the Australian outback, we traveled to the misty Scottish Highlands. In a remote campsite among ancient ruins, a couple experienced a night of mystery. They chose the location for its beauty, eager to reconnect with nature. As twilight painted the sky, they pitched their tent, the silence broken by distant sheep. But as darkness fell, the silence turned unnerving. Footsteps approached their campsite. They called out, but no answer. Only echoes in the empty campsite. Night fell, and the feeling intensified. They heard rustling and whispers, feeling watched. Sleep was impossible. Morning came, and the campsite was empty. Locals spoke of hauntings, remnants of a World War II camp. Could it have been ghostly soldiers, or something else in the misty hills? Our final story takes us to the vast savannas of Kruger National Park in South Africa. Here, a group of campers had an awe-inspiring encounter with the wild. They came to see elephants roaming free in their natural habitat. As the sun set, they gathered around the campfire. The air was alive with the sounds of the African night. Suddenly, a low rumble vibrated through the ground. Emerging from the darkness was a massive African elephant. Its tusks gleamed in the firelight. The elephant paused, its intelligent eyes taking in the scene. Then, it continued its journey into the night. It was an encounter that night. It was an encounter that left the campers breathless, a reminder of the raw power and majesty of nature. So there you have it. 5 chilling tales from the world's campgrounds. 5 reminders that when we venture into the wilderness, we enter a world older and more powerful than we can imagine. Next time you find yourself sitting around a campfire beneath a canopy of stars, remember these stories. Listen closely to the sounds of the night. You never know what might be listening back. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these terrifying tales, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling stories. And remember, the next time you go camping, you might not be alone.